lives. Alrighty, so I had a comment on one of my, actually on 3 of my videos, because he thought I wouldn't read it on just one. Yeah, I made a video about it, and it was about how I admitted or something to not having a driver's license. I didn't, like I said, admit to anything. I am speaking on the fact that I don't have a driver's license, and I'll never have a driver's license again. But here's why. And here's why I do shit like talk shit to police and you name it. Film them. And why I do everything short and I, disobey everything short of what aligns with my moral code. Here's why. It's because they've shown time and again that they can and will outlaw anything at a whim. Okay? And they'll do it with they'll use the same excuse every time, that it's for your own good. Oh, it's to protect you. Oh, well, it's to protect you from yourself. Wear a seatbelt. You might die if you're not wearing a seatbelt. Well, don't I have the right to die if I, to risk my own death? And so you can criminalize all of this and that. And we are at the point now where people lose their lives because the tires on their car are rotating more times than a sign says they're allowed to. Let's really just remove all the bias and break it down to what it innately is. People are being murdered for having wheels that spin too fast, okay? Not only have they not hurt anybody or killed anybody, they're not actively damaging anything, but still, they lose their lives. I watched it. I watched one today. A man lost his life because he had the balls to fight back when a cop had pulled him over for going fast. I think that. Oh man, I don't remember whose channel that was on. I don't remember. But either way, these officers of the law. These law enforcement officers, they've been given carte blanche and legal justification to take your life, take all of our lives on a whim. Okay, and they can do it with impunity, and they can do that because they've been given qualified immunity. They are the sovereign citizens. I'll say it time and time again. They really are. And so it takes people standing up to that shit. And I have had enough. My teenage years were absolutely ruined because I chose to imbibe on a plant. I chose to smoke a plant. And because of that, I had cops absolutely terrorize me. I was put in solitary confinement. Fuck you, Chili, for appropriating that shit. First of all, I know you weren't in it because you were calling from it, and we got your call logs. I actually was in solitary confinement for no reason at all other than that I was a naive 17-year-old put into DuPage County Jail in Illinois. Man, that fucking damaged me. That's the one thing Chili got right about it. It is damaging. And it's damaging regardless. And I'm not trying to diminish the fact that jail is damaging. It will absolutely steal a portion of your soul. Man, Red Bull does do something, doesn't it? And so, point being, any number of these consequences can befall us for non-crimes. Traffic law is 100% unconstitutional. 100%. And yet it's used regularly to terrorize us financially, with at the threat of death. You know, I shake anytime a cop is behind me, and I'm not doing anything wrong. And those of you who think that everybody should have a license and I should shake, fuck you. Fuck you, because I'm not doing anything wrong, and I'm guarantee I'm a better driver than you are because I can't afford not to be. But I have such a visceral reaction that it takes me hours to get over it, because they are terrorists. They cause terror within those who don't toe the line. And that's their job. The punishment, or the process is the punishment. That's what it is. It's what it is, plain and simple. Getting put in torture cuffs. And to be fair, Chili, thank you for that one. I think you coined that. To be put in torture cuffs for something as little as not using a turn signal, or having man's best friend come and terrorize you to search for non-existent chemicals or existent chemicals. Who the fuck cares? You're not hurting anybody. And if you are hurting somebody, you will, you know, nature has a way of working itself out. Now, how do we deal with that? How do we keep that line from encroaching on our freedom and on our right to just exist freely without molestation and interference from the state? How do we do that? We do that by showing them to be the clowns that they are. See, I see them as no different than Agent Smith or demons. I see them no different than that. And, you know, what they want is to be feared. And fear, see, they're psychopaths. They see no difference between fear and respect. To them, if they are feared, you respect them. But that's not true. So, what do? You got to show them you're not afraid. Okay? Laugh at them. Laugh at them. They're fucking clowns. They're fucking clowns that think they're better than you. That's all they are. And they're bullies. They're bullies that try and give orders that they have no business giving for no reason other than their egos and possibly their foreheads are bigger than their intelligence, than their IQ. And so you gotta call them out, you gotta clown them out, and you gotta record that shit. Yeah, risk going to jail. Fuck yeah. It's worth it. Oh man, right at this corner here, I found some baby raccoons right here. And if I see them again, I'm going to try and help them, because their mom is unfortunately on the road up here, not doing too well. Any hoodles, that's my rant for the day. I implore you, if you're sick of having the government step on your rights, stop playing their game. I know that it's intimidating. I know that they have wound us all up in this construct that is government. They have control over your mind. They have governance over your ment. Okay, your mentis, if you will. And yeah, sure, maybe that's not exactly where the word comes from, but you know, sometimes words have two meanings. And so we gotta stop playing their fucking stupid, silly games. And that's what it is. It is bully games. They play the same games the give me your lunch money fucking stupid bully games that they played in middle school. Only now they're armed with tasers to electrocute you and guns to shoot you. That's the only difference. And they're given permission to do so by a demonic state. And I'm not fucking playing along anymore. And so you can judge me all you want for not asking permission of a demonic state to do exactly what I know I have a right to do as a man of this land. I can travel wherever the fuck I want unless I'm trespassing on somebody else's property. And public property and public roads are not trespassing on somebody else's property. Okay, it's the state that is the fraudulent construct. It's not me. And it's the commenter, whatever the fuck your name is. It's you that are the fraud. You that think you need a license. You're the fraud. You're just too wound up in the control of your own mind to see it. And I pity you. I absolutely pity you. Although I got to admit, this is not a great life. The way I live is not ideal. It's not. But it's worth it because, you know what? Hopefully my actions and the fact that I record them will change at least one other person's mind. And hopefully that one other person will then go on to do the same thing. And it really doesn't take too many of those increments to actually affect change in the future. See, I don't see us being able to affect change now or even necessarily while I'm alive. I believe it'll get worse and get harder before it gets better, but I think that by taking these forward steps and using this generation as the jumping off point where we stop playing their games, we can take the brunt of the pain and save our children from feeling it. Because here's the facts. It is not getting better. They're never rescinding the Patriot Act. You know, they just keep piling and piling and piling on more and more and more laws. And you're expected to know and follow all of them. And ignorance of them is not an excuse unless, of course, you wear a badge and a clown costume, in which case you can kill people and use ignorance of the law as an excuse. So I'm just fucking done with that. I've lived too many lifetimes in these 39 years to sell my conscience out to a system so despicable. And you have the absolute freedom to do so, but I will not. And I'll take whatever pain befalls me because it's worth it. Bring it.